Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Time to learn some words with your old pal Pupo. Words with Pupo. Okay. Hello folks, it's me, Nick Pupo. Oh boy, I'm happy to be here. It's really exciting. We're doing the first episode of this show. I think I've actually recorded like maybe 3 or 4 of these, and I didn't like them. So, and I probably won't like this one, but that's okay. It's the curse of being a perfectionist, which I don't like to call myself that either. I don't like to call myself a perfectionist because it sounds arrogant, doesn't it? You're like, I need everything to be perfect, but it never. The whole idea is that nothing is ever perfect. And that's the curse. It's not a curse. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, too dramatic about it. So I'm recording this in my living room. I have a squeaky chair. There's going to be some echoes. My fridge is going to turn on any moment. I am, what am I trying to say? I am filming this. So if you're watching, great. If you're not, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I do care. I don't know how I feel about anything. But this is the first episode, and I really just want to get it out of the way because the only way that I'm going to keep doing this show is if I just put out an episode. And if I don't do that, then I'm just going to keep putting it off. So this is the first episode, and we're here, and we're doing it, and I'm excited. I'll talk about myself for a little bit, not for too long, because then we'll get to the words, and it'll be all exciting. But I figured you guys might want to get to know me a little bit since you're going to listen to my show. I am a comedian and I'm an actor. I'll tell you about some shows that I was just in, so you can go check those out. I was in The Offer. I was in Gaslit, and I'm on a new show coming up called Daisy Jones and the Six. I'll be in that. Check that out. I don't like talking about this stuff, but I do think that it's kind of important for you to kind of know that I do stuff, I guess. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm a comedian. I live alone in this 1-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, California, and I'm pretty I'm pretty a sad person. I'm a pretty sad guy in general. So I do these things like make content or whatever just to distract myself from life. I'm also doing a one-man show. Is this interesting at all? This is why I keep redoing these. I'm doing a one-man show that's going to be at the Yard Theater on November 11th. So look out for that. It's a personal story about drugs and friendship. And it's going to be really hard to make it good. So I hope that you will come see the version of it when it's not good. That's a good promo. Anyways, guys, so this is the show. This is the word show. This is Words with Pupo. So the whole purpose of this show, right, is to learn words. It's all about vocabulary. And if you haven't watched me do this on Instagram before, which I did 3 or 4 episodes there, these short ones, what happened was I wanted to get a book by Jack Handey because I like Jack Handey, the guy who used to write for SNL, Deep Thoughts with Jack Handey. I used to love that show. So I bought one of his books, and then I was looking online and I saw another book called Jack Handey's List of Words. So I was like, I would love to hear what Jack Handey's favorite lists of words are. So I ordered it, and then this showed up, and it's actually called Jack's Handey List of Words by this guy, Jack Forbes. He's a guy who's a lawyer and a writer in LA and also an actor. But it was not Jack Handey. So now I just have a book of words by this guy. And so I decided to make a show that's all about words. And we're going to go through all of his words. We're going to go through every single word that he does. And I hope it's good, you know? So let's just get started. I feel like this is, you know what? This is the first episode. I'm just going to allow it, and we're going to see where it goes. Am I going to keep the part about me being sad? Do we need that? I have friends of mine that make fun of me for being sad. Those are the kinds of people I hang out with. And why is it that I'm sad, you know? Life is unfulfilling. I'm a former addict, you know? But I think that that's the same reason that I'm depressed. It's the same reason that I did drugs. I am on Prozac, so I'm not in therapy though. Everyone should be in therapy. Take it from a guy who's not in therapy. Everything's hard. I can't believe this is a podcast. All right, here we go. So apoplectic is the first word. Some of you may know this word. Cue the music. And we're going to put the word over here. Apoplectic means furiously overwhelmed with anger. Now, we've all known people like that. And it's not a good thing to be apoplectic. You know, you want to kind of quell that if you can. Try to not be apoplectic. Jack Forbes, for his sentence in this book, writes, upon seeing that her hair had turned green, she was apoplectic. Well, I would imagine so, for her hair had turned green, Jack. Who wouldn't be apoplectic if your hair had turned green? I do like Jack's sentences here. It's just a wacky story about a lady whose hair turned green and she got mad about it. So let's I'll give you guys a sentence that's a little more personal about me, so you guys can get to know me a little bit. Okay? I figured it might be a fun way to do this. So once after bombing an open mic as a young comedian, I was apoplectic. So I punched a storm drain and broke my knuckle. So I was about 23 when that happened, and I didn't really break it. It looked like I broke it, like it swelled up to the size of like a grape. It was huge, and I thought I had broken it, but I had just kind of burst something. But the whole point was that I was apoplectic and totally unnecessary. But I was a young boy. I was like 22, 23, you know? What are you going to do? I was bad. I mean, I wasn't actually bad. Whatever. Who cares? All right, so the next word is prattle. Prattle is an intransitive verb. By the way, apoplectic was an adjective. So prattle means to repeatedly speak on meaningless, childish, or insignificant subjects. Great. And so Jack's sentence here is the two elderly women prattled and giggled as they strolled hand in hand through the park. So we got these old ladies in the park, let's say Central Park to paint us a clear picture. And they're just saying a bunch of meaningless, childish stuff, giggling. I mean, they're elderly ladies giggling and saying meaningless nothings, holding hands, walking through the park. That's fine and normal. It might be like a little bit, you might be like, oh, but not, there wouldn't be anything wrong with it. It would just be like, what are they saying? It's like meaningless, childish. They're saying like goo goo, here comes the airplane, gaga, and holding hands and giggling. And they're 90 years old. It's kind of weird, but I'm okay with it. I'm not going to protest whatever that is. Anyways, so here's my sentence, y'all. With my ADHD, sometimes I completely space out if someone is prattling on about nothing. So that's something about me, folks. Diagnosed ADHD, had it since I was a young boy. And sometimes I will very much space out. And it's more like if someone is talking and my ADHD kind of like takes over, it's like nothing gets in. It's all gibberish and I'm not processing any piece of information. Like, you know, when like in the movies where it doesn't happen as much now, but it used to be like a pretty common trope. But like when someone would space out in the movies and it would zoom in on their head, and all of a sudden you would hear the other speaker's voice be like, "Yeah, so I went to the place with my daughter, and then I went to him, and then it just starts sounding like Adam Sandler apparently." That's what my ADHD is. Okay, so the next word is sumptuous. Uh-oh, out of focus here. Hello. I just got a text message. This is getting sloppy. All right, here we are. We're back with the... Okay. Sumptuous. Adjective. Physically luxurious, beautiful, or sensuous. Oh, that's nice. The matron was sumptuous as she greeted her oldest acquaintances, says Jack Forbes. That's great. How sweet of a thought that is. A matron who is like a... I think that means like a lady who's like married, or she works at like a health facility or something. It can mean a few different things. Look it up. I don't care. What is that? Oh, there's a guy who has a motorcycle in my apartment. He's a pretty cool guy. I've actually never talked to him, but he seems fine. I'm not saying it in like a facetious way. But I would like for him to stop. And there it is. Anyways, so, yeah, nice lady who's physically luxurious or beautiful greeting her acquaintances and being like, hi, you're my friends or my favorite acquaintances. Oldest acquaintances. So oldest acquaintances, I guess, is not we were acquainted before, and it was a long time ago. So we're not friends. You're just acquaintances from years and years ago, but you never made it to the friend status. That's how I interpret that. So here's my sentences. Memories of my sumptuous ex haunt me in my sleep, but only occasionally. That's kind of a joke, but I mean, it's pretty normal for people to have a fondness for an ex that pops up in their dreams sometimes. Should I keep doing this show? So yeah, okay, so that's the first episode of the show. And yeah, I feel like it's fine. These episodes are only going to be, at most like 15 minutes until I start having guests on, which I might, and then they might become a little bit longer because there might be some banter. But yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this. I feel fine about it. I hope it gets better, and I hope it stays good. If you're listening to this, that's really cool, man. I mean, nobody has to listen to this shit, but it's going to be good. I also have another podcast called The Only Horror Movie Podcast with Nick and Joe. I do with my friend Joe Chapowski. You can check that out. Rate, subscribe, like. I mean, this is the first thing. I hope that I can figure out how to make this better and more interesting. I hope that you guys, we all learned new words today, which I think that should be good for you. I hope that that's enough for you to stay interested. And also listen to my bullshit and absolute self-doubt throughout this entire first episode. But I have to put this out. I have to put this out by Tuesday. Because if I don't, there's why. Why am I even... I already said that I was going to do it. I paid for the logo. I bought the hosting network. I got to put this thing up yet. And thank you for being here, guys. I'll see you next time for episode 2 of Words with Pupo. Goodbye.